Putting better. We're going to talk about one aspect of a putter that'll help you putt better. Welcome back to the McGolf Shop. Jim McCleary here, and this is McGolf Channel, where we talk about club fitting repairs, club fitting repairs, where we talk about club repairs, club fittings, club reviews, all so your scores can go low. If you would, hit that like, subscribe, all that stuff down at the bottom, and that way more of this gets out. On Mondays, we have a live stream, 17:30, 5:30 Eastern PM. We talk about the same stuff. It's basically you and me talking. It's a good time. We have people from around the world. All right, putting, right? How do we describe this at the beginning? All right, there are different types of putters. There are different types of putter strokes. There's different makes and shapes and heads. There's all kinds of different things that you can do. Double bends, triple bends, straights, center shafts, heel mounted, the triangle thing. I mean, there was all that stuff that was going on. However, and as of recent past, there has been the addition of new, we'll call them high-tech shafts. All right, things that are basically distributing weight. Right, and we're going to have another video on one of those because I just got one, and we're going to test that one as well. But in a lot of the cases, what we're trying to do is put the weight behind the hands of the putter. Right, we like to have the distribution of weight in such a fashion that it creates a consistent stroke. So how do we do that? Well, we do that by adding weight to the back. How do we do weight to the back? Well, we have something I've been using since the 90s. It's a weight for testing that looks a lot like that. All right, these are called balance certified weights. Now, what do they truly look like? In their smallest form, they look a little something like that. That's a little bullet, and what this is a rubber piece that squishes and creates a friction grip inside the back end of the putter. There's another one. They come in various sizes, right? And we test from various sizes, from a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Now those typically correspond to 50, 70, 90, all that kind of stuff. So that's where we're at. Now, I've been counterbalancing since the late 90s, like I said. And in the highest 90% that we can go, it always tends to make the putter stroke more consistent, okay? Tends to make that putter stroke more consistent because it's overriding what I would say is little fast twitch muscles, or when you go to pull the putter back, it feels more comfortable in order for you to make a consistent swing, or a consistent putt for that matter. Now, how do you figure that out? Well, I did it. So my Makefield putter that I'm using does not have a weight in the back. So what we do is we're going to take several of these weights. And there's a 5, there's a 7, there's a 9, and there's an 11. And we're going to put them on the back of the putter, and I'm going to show you how we do that. And then we're going to make 5 putts a piece, and we're just going to see, right? A lot of these things, you know, you can have all the technology in the world, and it's very helpful to be sure. However, if it doesn't put the ball in the hole, it doesn't do us any good. So that's the idea here. From 10 foot away, which is normally about a 50-50 shot, right? About 50 to 60% at 10 foot, even that's what a lot of people are saying now, right? We're going to try and see if we can't beat that odds by adding some more weight to the back. So let's go check that part out. Alrighty, so how do we check this out? Well, this is the 5-pound weight right here. We'll get that in here eventually. This is the 5-pound 50 grammer, and basically the weep hole that's in the back of the grip, that little nub goes right out there, and this simulates putting weight in the back of the grip. Then we are going to go as high as the 11. All right, this is where we're going to go with this. Now, we're going to do 5 putts a piece, like I said, so let's go through that. What we're seeing now is that I start off with the 0 grams. I mean, I had no weight in the back of the putt, and we start making the putts. And then I go to the 5, or what would be the number 5, right, 50 grammer, and we start making putts with that. And immediately you can tell with a little bit of weight in the back that it feels a little smoother. It's not quite there just yet, but we're checking it out. Then I go to the number 7. The number 7 seemed like a little bit better to me. It felt like the ball made better contact with the putter, and it tended to roll better, which was another byproduct of these weights. The ball rolls better, right? It rolls a little bit cleaner. Then we get to the 9, and the 9 was disastrous. I didn't like it very much at all. It rolled well, but it just didn't quite help me out. Then we go to the 11, and then the 11 was just like stacking dimes. One right after the other, after the other, after the other. And that's really what was really helping me. And it kept it online, and you can see the putter is not wavering whatsoever, and I'm going straight into the groove. So there is something to be said about back weighting. So there you have it. So there are tons of different ways to improve your putting. Practice would be number 1. A lesson, certainly would be number 2, assuming that your putting is atrocious. The other part is how you can modify the putter that's underneath of you. And as we know, there's several head types, there's several places that they go into the head. The types of bends, the lengths, the putter grips and sizes are almost infinite now. However, one thing remains the same, is that this is what you need to, this needs to be stable when you're putting. Okay, when you're putting. One of the easiest ways to get that to be stable is back weighting. And it is shown that when you go back in a very consistent manner, you can go forward in a very consistent manner. So it is possible that back weighting can help improve your putting almost immediately. Okay, almost immediately. Now again, just like everything in golf, does that mean that it's going to help everyone? No, because as sure as I'm standing here, there's somebody that's going to get on there and say, yep, I tried it and it was worthless, it didn't help me do anything. Or it didn't change anything. There's always an opinion about that kind of stuff as well. There are already putters out there that are enjoying counterbalancing. The Stroke Lab has a counterbalance in it, and we're seeing it being very, very, very successful on the tour. So there's something to be said about that. We're starting to see other golf shafts that are adding weight to the shaft as opposed to just basically a standard iron shaft that's just really stiff. We're seeing profiles, we're seeing weight being added, we're doing all these things that will perform a lot of the same functions. And that's what we're going to start exploring next, is how we can do that. So as we keep going with this, we're going to talk about shapes and all that other stuff and other video topics. However, in this one, it's all about putting weight underneath your hands, right? And there's multiple ways of doing that. I'm not telling you which one to do, it's just that you can figure it out. And then that can smooth out your putting. When you smooth out your putting, you do better. All right, if you got any questions, put them in the show notes below. Don't forget about our live stream. Like and subscribe. And as always, let's see your scores. Go low.